ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on a Monday night. It's the USAFirearms.com Super Late Model Series from the Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing League. 2 races remain in this series, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting at the top of the board for points is, of course, the number 52 of Jason Day. But Ryan Zimmerman close behind, only 14 points behind the leader. And Tanner Marr only 23 points behind the leader. Remember, next week will be a double points event, so make sure you keep an eye out for that for next week. Let me double check the schedule just so I make sure I'm right here, and let me bring up points so y'all can look at it. Double check the schedule for y'all. Yeah, it's going to be a driver vote, so I don't even know what the race is going to be next week. So be sure to keep an eye out on Facebook. I'm sure Tanner will make a post and everything, or make sure you check out Discord and all that fun stuff. If you want to come race with us, Discord link is in the description below. But we're coming at you live tonight from Iowa. It's going to be 100 laps here in the Super Late Models, but a little bit late of a start here. We're going to go ahead and jump down trackside for pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Taking a look at Troy Tarbuck, just finished up his qualifying run, about 3.5 minutes left to go. Our second lap for him was 23.53. But right now it's Brandon Elvis in the number 54, top of the board, but gets bumped down by the number 52 of Jason Day with a 23.38. 23.38 for the 52 of Jason Day. Old Maple Leaf Muscle, as they like to call him over on Race Chatter. Brian Zimmerman just finished up his qualifying run at 23.40. He was fast in practice as well. Let's go jump over to the 04 of Caleb B. Thompson, the 04. First lap by 23.49, rolling the high to center line, I guess you could say. They're in 3 and 4 out of turn number 4 and cross the line here for the second lap. Going to be a 23.44, so improves just a little bit, jumps up to 4th position. Tanner Marr crosses the line on his second lap. He jumps up to 5th with a 23.47. Oh, lucky dog, Jeffrey Miller on his first lap, 24.94. Let's see what he can do here on lap number 2. Through the center of 3 and 4 and across the line for the number 79 of Jeffrey Miller. Be a 24.76, gonna have to hold on to 12th position right now as he gets bumped down by the number 9 of Jason Bauer. Jason Bauer's second lap at 23.76. Brandon Mettler just finished up his qualifying run as well, 23.43, good enough for 4th position. So 3 drivers yet to go out and qualify. One of them can't. Zach Murphy being last week's winner, not able to go out and qualify this evening. But we'll go ahead and jump over to the number 31 of Brad Carpenter. He's coming out on track. Got about 1.5 minutes left to go here before we fire this thing off. So normally this series runs 125 laps, ladies and gentlemen, but due to it being, I guess, a bigger short track, you could call it, only going to be 100 laps tonight here at Iowa. Out of turn number 4 for lap 1, Brad Carpenter in number 31. First lap, 23.67. 23.67 on his first lap, good enough for 12th position out on the charts. Out of turn 4, a little wiggle right there for the 31 of Carpenter. Across the line for lap number 2. He does improve a little bit at 23.50 for the 31 of Brad Carpenter. Looks like if Chris Clark doesn't want to go out and run a lap, Zach Murphy can't go out and run a lap being last week's winner. So only 2 drivers not qualifying here tonight. Looks like old Maple Leaf Muscle is going to be taking the pole here tonight at Iowa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to get this show on the road. Jason Day going to be starting on the pole here tonight with Brian Zimmerman to his outside in second. Brandon Elvis going to be rolling off P3 tonight in that number 54 with Brandon Mettler in the 15 to his outside in fourth. Caleb Thompson going to be starting in fifth with Tanner Marr in the number 4 to his outside in sixth. Starting seventh tonight is going to be Derek Stanley with Guy Barrett rolling off P8. Brad Carpenter starting P9 here tonight with Troy Tarbuck to his outside in 10th. Chris Sawyer going to be starting in 11th position with Larry Bell to his outside in 12th. Moving on down, it's going to be Jason Bauer in the number 9 starting in 13th with Lucky Dog Jeffrey Miller starting 14th. Zach Murphy to the back of the field tonight for being last week's winner. He's going to roll off P15, and Chris Clark is going to roll off 16th position in the number 91. What's going on? Scotty Stevens, see you out in chat. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Driver's getting the 1 to go signal right here. Maple Leaf Muscle on the inside. Old Simi on the outside, front row. Let's see what they can do here. 100 laps, 16 drivers. It's the USAFirearms.com Super Late Model Series. It's time to get it on here at Iowa. Whoop. There we go. Out of turn number 4, Jason Day fires them off, and we are racing here at Iowa. Down on into turns 1 and 2. It looks like it's going to be side by side for the race lead as of right now. Little wiggle there out of Brian Zimmerman. Brandon Mettler all over the place coming out of turn number 4. He's going to lose a ton of positions going into 3 and 4. Still side by side for the race lead right now. Brian Zimmerman has the advantage on the top side. Jason Day falls back in line. Caleb Thompson looking to the inside of that number 54, trying to take 3rd spot away. Tanner Marr moving up into 5th spot. But Brandon Mettler still fighting hard on that outside lane. Tanner with the advantage going into 3 and 4. He's going to slide up in front of that number 15, take that spot away, put Tanner Marr up into 5th position. Brandon Elvis still trying to hold off the 04 of Caleb Thompson right now as we go barreling back down into turns 1 and 2. Laps complete on lap 3 of 100 here this evening. Brian Zimmerman just at the fastest lap of the race at 23.52. Let's see if anybody can answer back here. As you see, Elvis, he jumps down to the bottom of the racetrack now to try and cover off that 04. Caleb Thompson's going to run a little bit higher line. He's going to get a big run here coming out of turn number 2. Side by side again for 3rd down the back straightaway. Guy Barrett just answers back with the fastest time that lap, 23.47 for the 02. Derek Stanley a little out of shape there on the bottom side of the racetrack, gathers it back up. Now Brad Carpenter going to push it 3 wide down the middle on the front stretch. Back up to the front, 4 laps complete. Oh, Caleb Thompson a little loose there coming out of turn number 2. That's going to allow Brandon Elvis to start to pull away from him, and now Mettler got around Tanner Marr, looking to the inside of Caleb Thompson. Trying to take over that 4th spot as we complete lap number 5. Everybody's starting to single file out. Brian Zimmerman, let's go on the rear roof cam with Brian Zimmerman right now. Looking back at Jason Day. Kind of wondering what kind of line Jason's going to be running here. Oh, that's a little interesting. You hear Zimmy clutching the car a little bit. Is he maybe going to try and save some fuel to avoid that pit stop here later on? We're going to have to keep an eye on this 28 all night long, because there he goes back into 3 and 4. He's clutching just a little bit, trying to save that fuel. Down in 1 and 2, Zimmy running a little bit higher line than that number 52 of Jason Day. Go back again to Brandon Elvis. Caution flag out on the speedway. I saw it pop up on my other screen here, but wasn't sure if we were going to get a caution or not for that one. So let's go back and take a look at what happened. Well, Guy Barrett. Oh, man. Oh, hard contact with the outside wall. 02 of Guy Barrett. From the aerial view here, just loses it, tries to save it, overcorrects it up into the outside wall. Everybody else doing a really good job to avoid them. Remember, they do have a quick repair in this series, so you should be able to come down pit road, get that thing fixed up, get right back out here and try it again. It's like drivers are going to have to wait on the pace car right here. Lap 9 of 100, we got our first caution of the evening. Brian Zimmerman got around Jason Day early on and has led them all ever since. Remember, this is a battle here going on between these two, especially in the point standings. As I go ahead and look at points, I'll bring them up on y'all's end as well, so you can see what's going on. I know a little bit tiny of a font, but I'll read it off to you. Jason Day, 14 points ahead of Brian Zimmerman, who's in 2nd place. And then you go back to Tanner Marr, who's 23 points behind our points leader. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on those 3 drivers, because the next one back is Chris Carroll. He's 56 points behind the the points leader, but he has not been able to make the last few Monday night races. The other driver we do have to keep an eye on is the number 29, is Zach Murphy. Remember, he's a driver that we really don't talk a whole lot about here early on, but he seems to always find his way up towards the front. A little update on Zach Murphy. He did have to start from the back, started in 15th, now sitting in the 8th position, up 7 spots already since the drop of the green flag, and we're only 10 laps into this event. Thank you all for tuning in to True Sim Productions here on a Monday night. Hope you got the month started off great. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Tour Modifieds actually ended, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the late models? I think the Tour mods are still going. Sometimes we have to take weeks off in between these, and I'm not sure which ones are still running or not. I know Wednesday nights, those have completed because Brandon Elvis snagged the championship for that one. So congratulations to Brandon Elvis for taking home a championship in the Wednesday night late model series. Some things going to be changing around as far as I'm aware for next season. The late models, I believe, are going to be moving to Tuesday nights. So we're getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time here at Iowa. Going to be lap 13 when we get the green flag out of 100. Brian Zimmerman still the race leader. Jason Day runs second. Elvis currently in third. Thompson in fourth. Tanner Marr back there in fifth position. Did we have anybody come down pit road? We did. Metler, Carpenter, Sawyer, Bell, Miller, Clark, Bauer, and Barrett. All those drivers came down pit road, got fuel only. We're going to see what happens here. Out of turn number 4. Send me back on a loud pedal, and we're back to green. Launch there for the number 28 as we go back into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Elvis, another good restart out of that 54. He's going to snag second away from the 52 of Jason Day as we head down the back straightaway. So Zimmy had a chance there to save some fuel under that caution. Let's again go on board and look back at the field from Brian Zimmerman. Kind of hear what he's doing, not saving anymore. Wondering if he can make it the rest of the way here. Jason Day, he looks like he's losing a little bit of time here. He's now trying to fight off the 04 of Caleb Thompson. They're slicing and dicing for position back here as well. Tanner Marr running the middle. Derek Stanley goes all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, and Zach Murphy tries to follow him. So they're trying to work a way around that number 24 of Troy Tarbuck. Murphy side by side with Troy. Troy's going to go all the way up to the top side of the racetrack, trying to get a good run here out of turn number 4. Little wiggle there, but he does have a good run. See Stanley, he's going to make a bold move down to the bottom and try and work his way around the number 4, Tanner Marr. But I've been noticing that these drivers who are entering just a little bit higher in 1 and 2 are just keeping that momentum up. You see it right there. Tanner's able to keep it going down the back straightaway. Stanley drives it in hard to 3 and 4, trying to, oh, we got one in the wall. That's Carpenter. He's going to lose it and spin it down on the front straightaway. It's going to bring out caution at number 2. We caught it live, but we'll go back and take another look at it. Coming out of turn number 4. Just gets up into the outside wall. Tires grip the wall. Chris Sawyer got a piece of that as well. Chris Sawyer really nowhere to go. We go on board with him. Now on the brakes, because he wasn't sure if Carpenter was going to hold it up there or not. Thought maybe he could clear it. Now he's got some significant front end damage on that number 51. Second caution of the evening here on lap number 17. Quite a few drivers on pit road right now. Brandon Mettler brings it back down in the number 15. Tanner Marr follows him. Troy Tarbuck, pardon me. Larry Bell, Chris Clark, Brad Carpenter, of course, he was involved with that one, and Jason Bauer, all on pit road once again. Chris Sawyer stays out. Jeffrey Miller stays out, and Guy Barrett as well. And of course, the top 6 who have not come down pit road, they stay out as well. Brian Zimmerman still the race leader. Elvis has to start on the outside now. A little bit of a disadvantage, but we've seen that top lane work in 1 and 2. You enter a little bit higher, pull it down late, you're going to get a heck of a run down the back straightaway. So we'll see what the 54 can do. Always a heavy hitter in a few of these series. Like I said, took home the championship for the Wednesday night series over teammate Justin Coleman. Drivers getting a 1 to go signal right here. Going to be taking lap 22 of 100. We still got 80 laps to go, 79 at the line. These drivers up front, you know they've been saving fuel under these cautions. But pretty much everybody in the back, I would imagine, are good to go the rest of the way. So gonna find out what happens here later on in the race. Pace car is gonna make that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Field in the hands of Brian Zimmerman once again, fires him off. We're back underway. Restart there for Brian Zimmerman. He's going to maintain the race lead. Brandon Elvis going to go all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to keep Caleb Thompson at bay here. Thompson actually had a really good run out of turn 4. Let's see if he's going to do anything with it in 1 and 2. He's going to choose to stay in line, but again enters up just a little bit higher than Elvis, trying to get that run down the back straightaway. Has it, but just can't get to that left rear quarter panel. Elvis now going to the middle part of the racetrack, trying to run down the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. As you see Jason Day, he's actually fallen back to 4th position. Our pole sitter now back to 4th, in jeopardy of losing 4th position to Derek Stanley there, who's running the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to work his way around the 29. Zach Murphy, who gets big time loose coming out of turn number 2. Gathers it back up. Gonna have to cool them tires down for a lap. Has a good run out of turn 4 here. Gonna look to the inside of the number 76 of Derek Stanley. Last time by, fastest lap of the race was the number 15 of Brandon Mettler, 23:46. Side by side right here for the 5th position. Murphy wants it. Stanley wants to keep it. Murphy's sending in pretty hard right there, maybe trying to pull a little bit of a slide job. Oh, big time loose out of turn number 4. They almost make contact down the front straightaway. Great save out in the number 29. Stanley's doing everything he's got to do, pinching him off the corner, trying to maintain that 5th position. He's going to hang on to it. Murphy's going to have to fall back in line, but now he's going to worry about the 15 of Brandon Mettler. Back up to the front, still all Brian Zimmerman. Semi running a really, really wide arc on the entry of turns 1 and 2. Go on board here with Brandon Elvis on the roof cam. Watch him try and run down this number 28. Marking 3 and 4 a little bit, putting that race car all the way down on the yellow line, trying to get a run on the 28. You see right here, he's entering just a little bit lower than the 28, taking it all the way down to the yellow line almost. He might have a run here. Simi, I think, messed up that corner. Jason Day got around Caleb Thompson, now back up into third. Thompson now in jeopardy of losing that 4th spot to the 76 of Stanley. Last time by, the top 3 almost identical lap times, but Jason Day was the fastest out of the top 3. Big stutter there. Jason Day kind of changing up his line just a little bit, trying to get a run on the 54 of Elvis. Elvis with a big run out of turn 2. He's all over the back bumper, that 28. You know, Simi's got to be looking in that mirror. Elvis showing the nose just a little bit, going into 1 and 2. Let's see what kind of run he gets here coming out of turn number 2. All about momentum at this track, ladies and gentlemen. These super late models, you've got to keep the momentum up in that car. Elvis getting ever so closer, just barely getting there. Simi's just maintaining that pace right now. Could dirty air be affecting the number 54 as well? It looks like it just might. Look at the run he gets coming out of turn number 2, though. Always showing the nose right here. Got a good run out of turn number 4. Not able to hold on to it, though. He had a good run to the center, but just couldn't maintain it. This is, if they start battling, this is going to allow the 52 of Day to start catching them. And Simi's moved up the track just a little bit in 1 and 2. I'm wondering if that's maybe hurting him in the long run here with that right front tire. Elvis all over the back bumper of Zibby once again. See if he gets a good run here out of turn number 2. He does, showing the nose, going into 3 and 4. Does he send it in a little bit harder? He does. Side by side right now with Brian Zimmerman. But will Simi prevail running this top lane here in 1 and 2? It sure looks like it. Elvis has a good run once again down the back. He's going to slot back in line. Shows the nose going into 3 and 4. He's going to get side by side with the 28 here. Simi's got the momentum coming off the corner. Elvis gives him plenty of room. They maintain 1st and 2nd. Jason Day to make a run on these guys as they're starting to battle. Day's just trying to get some clean air to that nose of that super late model. He's been running a lot lower in 1 and 2 compared to these other guys. Caleb Thompson's actually getting back up in this mix as well. It's a 6-car breakaway right now. So we go back to Guy Barrett running in 8th. I'm sorry, 7-car breakaway. Big distance from Mettler to Barrett right now. As you see, this is the top 7. Battle for the race lead once again going into 1 and 2. Brian Zimmerman's going to maintain pace on that outside lane. Brandon Elvis trying to pass him down on the bottom. Back into 3 and 4. Elvis has him. Is he going to be able to clear him? Leaves him a lane. He had him cleared for a second. Decided not to jump up in front of him. Might be too early for him to want to do that just yet. Pull a slide job on him. He's got the pace. He's got the position. A little loose out of turn number 2 for both drivers. And Jason Day's waiting for one of them just to mess up so he can take that spot away as well. Elvis gets Zimmy clear. Zimmy up into the outside wall. We're going to lose a lot of momentum. He's going to lose 2, almost 3 spots. after that contact up into the outside wall. Could that car be getting a little tight for the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman? See Caleb Thompson trying to fight and take over that third spot. Did Semi maybe abuse the tires running that center lane? Comes Maple Leaf Muscle. He's getting a run on the 54 of Elvis. Had a good run there coming out of turn number 2. Just couldn't get to the left rear quarter panel. He's running the bottom side of the racetrack on both ends. Elvis might have scraped the wall just a little bit there coming out of 4. Back to 1 and 2. There's the gap right there from the 54 to the 52. Jason Day just gets one heck of an entry in 3 and 4. But the drive off is just not there for the 52. Going on back here between Zach Murphy, Metler, and Stanley. These guys have been duking it out for the last, I'd say 10 or so laps. Metler right now to the inside of Murphy, trying to take away that 6th position. Has it right now, but he can't slide up because Stanley's to his outside as well. Murphy with that outside momentum, just trying to maintain it. A single file back out. Metler might have abused the tires just a little bit trying to make that pass. Very difficult to pass at this racetrack. With the momentum, you got to keep that momentum up, and if you don't, you're going to lose spots, number 1, but number 2, it just makes it that much tougher to pass. We all know how the momentum works with these kind of cars at these kind of tracks. You got to be on point in a rhythm every single lap. Last time by, Jason Day was just a hair quicker. Elvis ran a 24.09 compared to Day's 24.05. So I think Day might have been saving his stuff while Elvis and Zimmerman were fighting back and forth for the race lead. Remember, Day did start on the pole. He had a good lap time in practice as well. I think he's just kind of riding right now. Question is, are these drivers who have not pit yet, top 6, have not come down pit road once yet, are they going to be able to make it the distance? We know Zimmy was clutching early. We've had 2 cautions. It's an opportunity for drivers to save a little bit of fuel. But I don't know. It might be close. Tell you what, let's go on board here with Jason Day. Been very consistent, running the same line every single lap. He must feel like it's working. He just can't get to that left rear quarter panel of Elvis. Might have a good run here. He does, he's going to show the nose, but just not close enough just yet. Are actually starting to pull away from Zimmerman. Last time by, Zimmy was actually the fastest out of the top 3. The top 2 ran the same lap time, 24.14. So we're already almost a second off of qualifying times, ladies and gentlemen. Now you got Caleb Thompson, Derek Stanley, Zach Murphy, and Metler all in a line. coming out in chat going for Elvis. Where are you at, Coleman? You know we got a race tonight. Zach Murphy tried to make a pass on the 76. That allowed Mettler to go to the outside. Now Stanley, oh, something going on with Murphy. He's coming down a pit road. Unscheduled or possibly scheduled pit stop here for the number 29. Back up to the front. Still Brandon Elvis leading the way. Last time by, again, identical lap times. But, wow, the lap prior, I should say, because they just crossed the line. Last time, it was about a 10th difference between first and second. A 24.10 for Elvis, a 24.23 for Jason Day. Here we go, pit stops happening for our leaders. Can Mettler and them make it now the rest of the way is the real question. How short were these guys? Is Zimmerman gonna try and make it the whole way? Is he gonna clutch it? Mettler makes his way around Derek Stanley. I think these leaders need a caution. No, Zimmy's got a pit. So Derek Stanley and Brian Zimmerman on pit road. So now Brandon Mettler has a 2-second gap over Guy Barrett. Guy Barrett pit on lap 9. Brandon Mettler pit on lap 18. Brad Carpenter runs third. Larry Bell in fourth. Tanner Marr now rounds out your top 5. So we still got 43 laps to go. Zimmy's now hitting his pit box. Caleb Thompson down and away. Jason Day actually jumped Brandon Elvis on pit road. Now these guys did take tires. So will they be able to run down these guys up in the lead? I don't know. It's going to be close. I think Mettler has the opportunity right now. He's able to just clutch and ride. I mean, he's got 2-second gap to Guy Barrett. At least knock that lead down by a second. Save a little extra fuel. Make sure you can make it here with about 41 laps to go. .358 league race at Port Royal. All right, since it's dirt, I'll give you a pass. Who was last on pit road this round of pit stops? I believe Zimmy. Let me double check here. Yeah, Zimmy and Derek Stanley both pit on lap 57. Elvis and Day pit on 56. Murphy pit on 53. Thompson pit on 56. Guy Barrett has to hit pit road, so he pit on lap 9. So that tells me that the guys pit on lap 9 are not going to be able to make it either. So that'd be guys like Guy Barrett, Chris Sawyer, Jeffrey Miller. Those guys cannot make it. However, everybody else has pit on lap 18. Mettler, Carpenter, Bell, Marr, Tarbuck. All those guys pit on lap 18, so they might be good to go till the end. We're going to have to keep an eye on them for the rest of the race, though. Mettler now with a 2.8-second gap over Brad Carpenter. Last time by, Mettler had about a 10th on Brad Carpenter. Right now, it's showing Derek Stanley actually was able to jump Elvis and Jason Day and Brian Zimmerman on that round of pit stops. He's sitting in 9th, the first car 1 lap down. Elvis working his way around Miller. 70's right there behind him. Jason Day pulled out a little bit of a gap to the 54. But they're going to have to push hard here if they're going to want to basically unlap themselves and then come back and try and win this thing. Near impossible unless I get a caution. 75 to 80 for the guys on lap 18, you would guess. So you think that they might have to pit, is what you're telling me. Was not able to get a fuel run here. Well, Harbuck and Sawyer just pit. Now they pit on lap number 9. So it's hard to tell. Same with Jeffrey Miller. Those are the last 3 drivers who pit on lap number 9. So the only ones left out on the track right now are the drivers who pit on lap number 18, which is Mettler, Carpenter, Bell, Marr, and Clark. Mettler's gapped Carpenter another second, 3.3 now. He's still running about a 10th faster than the number 31. The only driver that was close to him on time last time by was the 31, a 24.13 for Brad Carpenter, but a 24.08 for Mettler. So I don't know. It's going to be close. I see Scotty out there. He's saying 75 to 80 laps. Here we go. Mettler's coming down pit road. So they are going to have to pit. Or were people like Tanner Marr, who's basically been hanging out in the back all night, has he been clutching this whole time to try and make it the rest of the way? So that hands the race lead over to Brad Carpenter here with about 32 laps to go. Interesting strategy calls going on right now. Mettler's still on pit road. Here comes Derek Stanley. Now, if Carpenter, Bell, Marr, and Clark all pit, which I'm assuming they're going to have to, it's going to hand the race lead over to this number 76, who has a 1.3 second lead over Jason Day, but Jason Day's been running about a 10th faster almost every lap. Say that, Scotty, but you know, I've seen it happen before. I'm just saying. I've seen crazier strategies play out. So Carpenter hits pit road. That hands the lead over to Larry Bell, who's now going to jump down pit side. Does Tanner stay out? He does. So that hands the lead over to Tanner Marr for right now. What happened on the 15 stop? Was he just slow? He had a 14.73 pit stop. He was on pit road a total time of 49.38. Sounds like Tanner Marr's gearing down to bring the number 4 down pit side, and he does. So Derek Stanley looking like he might be the new race leader. Chris Clark still hanging on out there, though. I think he's trying to get to pit road, but he just got passed by 31 of Carpenter. So right now our race leader is the 91 of Chris Clark. Does Clark bring it down this time? No, he does not. I think he's going to try and stay out as long as he can, pray for a quick caution. The thing with Mettler there, Scotty, I think what happened was because he stayed out longer than Guy Barrett, Barrett had the fresher tires, about 7 laps better. So he was able to come down pit road and kind of jump the 15 in the pit lane there. Guy also had a 13-second pit stop versus Mettler's 14-second. Chris Clark bringing a 91 down pit side. That is going to hand the race lead over to Derek Stanley in the 76. With Jason Day about 1 second back last time by, Gabe was about 7/100ths faster than Derek Stanley, so not much, but was faster. It was 23.97 for the 76, 23.90 for the 52. 25 laps to go. Can Derek Stanley hold off Maple Leaf Muscle? With 24 laps to go. Don't count out the 54 though either. He's still running in third. Same with Brian Zimmerman in fourth. Metler just found his way around Guy Barrett to take over the top 5 position. So these guys do have better tires than the guys up in the lead, but I don't know how much it's going to benefit them in these cars. Third caution. That kind of changes everything. Looks like maybe something going on with the 91 of Chris Clark. Let's go back and see what happened. He's just on them newer tires. Yep. Almost did a full kickflip there. Give you a 9 for the takeoff there, Chris, but we'll give you only about a 4 on the landing. Let's take another look at it. Yeah, he just gets loose coming out of turn number 4, gets up into the outside wall, rolls over on his lid, has to tow. That's going to bring out caution number 3 this evening. And this actually helps out a bunch of the guys who are on the fresher set of tires. Drivers like Brandon Metler, Guy Barrett, Caleb Thompson, all those guys who pit later on in the run, especially someone like Larry Bell who pit on lap 71, Tanner Marr who pit on 72. They have the freshest tires out of the bunch right now, so let's see what happens here with only 21 laps to go. Stanley hates to see this yellow. I agree. I totally agree. He had about a second lead over Day. Day was slowly catching him, but I think with the time that they had, if he could have just stayed consistent, probably would have taken home on a win here. But he still has the advantage. He's going to be able to fire him off, so he has that advantage. Probably going to be around, I'd say 18, 17 laps to go. And we all know the old adage. Cautions breed cautions. These guys know they're going to have to fight for every position they can get on these restarts. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen here, Scotty, because Metler is only back in 5th position. He does have fresher tires, but so does Guy Barrett, Larry Bell, Tanner Marr, all those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe they're 2 to green right here. Maybe it'll be lap 18 when we take the green flag, or 18 to go, I should say. .52 for the win. He's been fast. Jumped Brandon Elvis on pit road. But if we compare pit stop times, the total time on pit road for Jason Day was a 50.28 versus Brandon Elvis's 50.77. Elvis had a 17.77 pit stop, whereas Day had a 16.32. Derek Stanley, though, really quick pit stop, 14.22. Lights are off. So it's going to be 17 laps to go when we take the green flag. Who's your money on? Scotty says a 52. Don't count out that 28. 15 on fresh tires. He's got a chance. Probably has just enough, Scotty, if I had to take a guess. With that short of a pit stop, everybody else took a little bit longer of one. But it all depends. Maybe those guys took more fuel just to keep the car loose on a longer run. You know, when the fuel comes out of it, it tightens up these race cars. But pace car, hard left turn, down to pit road. Stanley on the loud pedal. Green flag back out in the air. 17 laps to go. Almost 3 wide here for the race lead. Jason Day looking to the inside of Derek Stanley. 16 to go at the line. Day trying to take the lead over from Derek Stanley. Here comes Brian Zimmerman up on the top side. Nowhere to go for the number 28, but they'll count out the 15 of Brandon Mettler. He's there as well. Top 5 all over each other right now. Oh, Zimmy comes down, gets into Elvis. Great save by the 54. Tanner Martin to the outside wall. Brandon Elvis comes up, gets into the 28. Big wreck. He's going to take Caleb Thompson. Larry Bell. Oh, Tanner Marr flipping Caleb Thompson to the moon. Oh, man. A lot going on there. See if we can go back and kind of see what happened there coming off of 4. I think Zimmy just got tight. Maybe got a little loose. Let's go check it out. He gets loose right there. Comes down. Gets into the right rear of Elvis. Hits Mettler. Elvis with a fantastic save. Mettler doing a good job staying off of him. You see the fire coming out of the pipes right there. Him getting off the throttle. So good job avoiding that out of the 15. Then we go back into the corner. We go back into the corner. And I don't know what happened to Elvis here. He probably just because he entered so fast and so flat, it just pushed up the racetrack. I mean, he goes all the way up. Gets into Zimmy right there. And that's what sends him around. It's just calamity from there on out. Tanner Marr sent Caleb Thompson to the friggin' moon. Oh my God. Let's go on board with Tanner. See what he saw. Yeah, just nowhere for him to go. You heard him working the throttle. He's not sure where anybody was going to go. That puts Mettler up to 3rd. Are you not entertained? Everything just changed. Elvis got that fast repair. So clean car, but back in 10th. With 13 laps to go, we're probably going to be at about, I'd say 11 or 10 before we get the green flag once again. I know who I'm picking, but I'm not going to say it over air because every time I do, it jinxes somebody. Ryan Zimmerman got a lot of damage to that left front. He chooses to stay out. I'm wondering if that's going to affect the handling of that super late model. So yeah, it's going to be 9 to go when we get the green flag. Caution number 4 on the evening. I think we should be getting 1 to go right here, if I'm not mistaken. We are. So it is going to be 9 laps to go when we come back to get the green. This time, the field in control of Jason Day. He's going to be able to fire when he wants to coming out of turn number 4. So he's going to have to get a good restart and really watch that mirror because there are drivers behind him on fresher rubber. Here we go. Dave fires them off early. Caught everybody off guard, sleeping. But the caution comes right back out. Delayed yellow. So he thought going early was going to work. Wonder what delayed that yellow. I was gonna say they're gonna probably have to stop here. Let the pace car. That was really weird. Pace car was off. Day went and fired, and yellow came right back out. There's nothing on race control showing me anything really. Looks like Zimmy might have got a 2X here under yellow. What happened? That's weird. Not even showing anything. That's very odd, ladies and gentlemen. That's very, very odd. Well, that helps Day out just a little bit. A couple less laps to have to deal with here tonight at Iowa. Points leader leading the way. Yeah, Levi, I saw that, but normally that registers. So I have a race control program, and I can see like when the X's pop up, and it was showing that 2X was after all that. So that's why I thought something happened there. Could have just not registered right away though. Lights are off on the pace car once again. Does Dave fire off early? We're gonna find out. He's going to wait a little bit longer. Yep, fires him off. We're back under green. Oh, big wreck. Jason Day just got turned. Did he save it? I don't know. Tanner Marr involved. He went for a wild ride right there. What in the world happened? I know Jason Day is not going to be too happy about that one. What happened? Well, Mettler just Runs into the back of him. Did Day miss a shift? Go on board. Jason Day missed a shift. At least that's what it sounds like. That took out Metler and Jason Day and quite a few other drivers here. Well, at least Caleb got Tanner back and sent Tanner to the moon. Oh, man. Did Elvis even get a piece of that? He might have got a 4X. Oh, yeah, he got a piece of that. Got a big piece of that. Yeah, it's just nowhere for him to go. I mean, by the time they come up to the wall, he was hard on the brakes. There's just nothing they could have done there. Well, that kind of changes everything. Hey, look who's up in the top three. Someone we really haven't talked about a lot today is 29 Zach Murphy. Yeah, rip Jason Day. Yeah, I don't know who you really put that on. I mean, yeah, Day misses a shift, but kind of got to be aware of that. Not aware that he missed a shift, but you got to see that he's slowing down a lot and jump out of line, if anything, you know. Championship implications. Gonna be a green white checkered for Stanley. Can he pull off one here at Iowa? How about it? Gonna be a green white checkered. We're gonna go into crooked line overtime. Lights are still not off on the pace car, and we still got 3 to go. Yeah, green white checkered. I mean, really should be no reason why he can't hold him off. He's got the cleanest car out of everybody. I think he actually yeah, he's still got a 0X right now too. The only driver in the field with the 0X. Eric Stanley. So we're going to do, it looks like 1 lap of overtime. Maybe a natural green white checkered, actually. I don't know. A single file restart nonetheless, so he has a big advantage now. Out of turn 4, pace car's off. Stanley on a loud pedal, green white checkered. Murphy gonna look to the inside of Zimmerman. Stanley's just gotta have Couple more clean corners here. But here comes Brian Zimmerman. He's gonna take a peek to the inside, drives it in hard. White flag this time, in the air, 1 lap to go for the 76 of Stanley. Zimmerman might have a run here off of turn number 2. Looks like he gets tight almost into the outside wall. All over the back bumper. Here comes Zach Murphy down to the inside. They're crashing behind him. Not going to matter. Out of turn number 4. Derek Stanley's going to take home the win here at Iowa. Looks like Zach Murphy's going to get second. Brian Zimmerman third. Right there at the line, Murphy got Zimmy. It was close, man. It was real close. Good job out of Derek Stanley. Burn it down, Stanley. Burn it down. What a win. I mean, honestly, what a win. He earned that one. Definitely had to earn that one. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring up our third place finisher, and that's Brian Zimmerman in the number 28. Brian, what a wild race for you out there. Had a good starting position. Looked like you were in the hunt to maybe win this thing. Got some left front damage. Had to hold off Zach Murphy there. It looks like he got you right at the line. Kind of walk me through your race.
Yeah, it was a good, clean race for us. Almost the entire race. Apologize. On lap 85, I got loose off of 4, and I'm watching the replay now. I got a little bit into Elvis. I didn't realize I'd gotten into him in the race, which caused him to have to go all the way down to the grass. So apologize for that. But, you know, it's a fun race. I really like this track. This track's a lot of fun to drive. You really can get up on the wheel. You know, it's a lot of fun to run. Derek did a great job. Congrats to him on that win, and I hate it for Jason. He had clutch issues on one of those last restarts. He had him a win tonight, and yeah, that just stinks, man. I hate it for him because he had a good, clean run going.
Well, with Jason Day having the issues he had, it looks like he might take over the points lead. So we don't know what track it's going to be next week, but how do you feel about going into the last race?
I feel like Jason's going to have one more bad race, because if you look at the points, Jason's missed a race, and he's right here with us in points before drop weeks even come in. Jason's had a great season, so he's definitely going to go into that final race with a little bit of a cushion. So he's going to have some bad luck, I think, for us to pull it off in that last week. But we'll give it all we got next week. Appreciate all the clean racing. It was a really, really clean race. We did have a few cautions there. And once again, my apologies to Brandon Elvis getting into him down that front straightaway there. I didn't realize it till just now watching it. But no, all in all, good, clean race. Enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. It's always great to run with these boys out here.
Well, Zimmy, third place finish for you tonight. Good points night for you. Who you got to thank on the 28?
Well, I always like to thank TSP and the broadcast. You always do a great job. Definitely enjoy watching it the next day. I'll watch some of it tonight before I go to bed, but I'll watch it tomorrow also. So we appreciate you. Appreciate Tanner throwing on the league. All the new guys coming on board with Elvis and all them over at Bad Company, them coming on board, helping the league out a lot. So appreciate all them. Just a great league to be a part of, and we appreciate all y'all do for us.
All right, Zimmy, congratulations again on third place. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, bud. You have a great week.
As well. This is Brian Zimmerman, driver of the number 28, coming home in third place. As always, we got to talk to this gent right here. So number 29 is Zach Murphy coming home in second place. Zach, once again, we don't talk about you a whole lot tonight, but you still managed to get up there in the top 3. Walk me through that race.
Yeah, second place once again, bridesmaid. Yeah, I had to start from the back after actually getting a W last week, and he kind of just bided my time. Made I think it up to like his 8th or so before we had the pit cycle, or maybe a little up further. But yeah, tried to pit early and kind of jump some guys because it was hard to pass tonight. And it did work out at first, and then once they came out with a little fresher tires, it felt like I had a parachute in the car, and people were just blowing by me. And then things got a little crazy there at the end, and a bunch of cautions, and unfortunately some good cars got taken out in those incidents, and I was able to just gain some track position and, yeah, bring it home second at the end.
What was your thought there on that green-white checkered? It looked like you and Zimmy had a good battle. Do you think if you would have got past him, you might have had a chance at getting Stanley?
No, man, Derek definitely had some speed tonight. I was just kind of chatting with him in the other room, and we had a battle mid-race, and me and him, and we battled pretty hard, and he was able to get by me and kind of pull from me. So he definitely had the speed tonight. He was saying this is one of his favorite tracks, so definitely a shout out to him. Congrats on the W. I know he doesn't have a ton. I think he said that was his second one in Crooked Line, so congrats to him. And yeah, just happy to bring it home second. Definitely after starting in the rear, happy with that finish.
Well, congratulations on second place here tonight. We go to the championship week next week. Who you got to thank on the number 29?
Yeah, we'll thank Whitney Automotive on the side of the car. We got Titan chains on the hood, and thank the guys down at Race Room 3, Brad and Caleb tonight. Just good to bounce some stuff off them during the race. Thank the guys at Crooked Line, Tanner, and everyone that puts on the league, and also Sam and Tanner for the great broadcast over at TrueSim.
All right, thanks, Zach. With that being said, congratulations again on second place, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, bud. Take care.
That was Zach Murphy coming home in second place. Now, the man, Derek Stanley, coming home with the win tonight here at Iowa is the number 76 of Derek Stanley. Derek, you had to hold him off there on that green-white checkered. You kind of jumped them there on them pit stops. You had the lead for a little bit. I know you didn't want to see that one caution. Kind of walk me through your race tonight and how you managed to pull off this win.
It's pretty crazy how I got that win. Didn't know 2 tires would give me that much track position on in that green flag pit stop, get me the lead, and then that track position just really helped me out. And then Jason Day having that clutch problem kind of helped me out, but sorry it happened to him. It sucks.
Well, we had to have a green-white checkered finish there, Derek. Were you worried about them guys behind you? It looked like Zimmy had a good run down the backstretch, but, I mean, you managed to hold it off. Definitely had to work for that one.
Yeah, those green-white checkers got me sweating, that's for sure. Might need a shower after this one.
All right, man. Well, hey, come home with another win here in Crooked Line at Iowa. Who you got to thank on number 76 for making it all happen?
Gotta thank Chris Sawyer for helping me with the pit strategy today on 2 tires. That really helped me out today. And gotta thank Mitch and Brett, who aren't here, but they might be watching. But shout out to them.
All right, man. Hey, congratulations again on your win here tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was Derek Stanley, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the win here tonight at Iowa. Go ahead and get your race results pulled up here. One hot second. Race results are on your screen. We got one race left in this season with Jason Day having that bad race. It's going to be interesting to see how the points are going to shake up, especially with next week being a double points night. Keep an eye out on Facebook for what the track is going to be. It is based on a driver vote. So I don't even know what track it's going to be. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage on truesimproductions of the USAFirearms.com Super Late Model Series. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.